Have you ever been so into something, an artist, a project, a cause, that you wanted to do more than just be a fan? You wanted to build something real to help it grow. Well, today, we're diving into a case study of a fan community that did exactly that. They didn't just cheer from the sidelines, they rolled up their sleeves and built a full-on promotional engine from the ground up. Let's get into how they pulled it off.
So every big story has a starting point, and for this one, it all centers around a single date, October 11th. This date was looming, and it wasn't just another day on the calendar. It was the deadline, the finish line, and it created this incredible sense of urgency that got the whole thing moving.
The artist at the heart of all this is an independent musician named NamihiraAyuko. And that October 11th date, that's her big show. It's a huge deal, a massive opportunity for her career. But, with big opportunities come some pretty big challenges.
And that's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? We're all drowning in content, events, just noise. So how does a single artist without a giant record label or a huge marketing budget actually break through? How do you make sure people show up and the music gets heard by new ears?
This is where the story really gets good. A group of super dedicated fans, calling themselves the NamihiraAyuko support squad, they looked at this challenge, and they didn't get intimidated. They saw it as a call to action. They decided, you know what? We're going to be the ones to build the buzz. And you got to remember, the support squad wasn't some team of marketing gurus. They were just regular fans. I'm talking a travel radio host who just really loved the music. They were fueled by pure passion, and they were literally building this promotional engine from scratch, figuring it all out as they went.
So when you're starting from zero, where do you even begin? Well, their strategy was all about laying the groundwork. It wasn't about one single perfect plan. It was about a bunch of quick, small, experimental moves to see what would actually stick. And they moved fast. I mean, look at this. From late June to mid-August, it was just a whirlwind of activity. They got a dedicated radio episode out, spun up a private group chat to coordinate everything, got the artists listed on a blog ranking site to find new people, and even hosted a live audio chat. It was pure, rapid-fire trial and error just to see what would get them some traction.
But here's the thing. That initial burst of energy wasn't just chaotic. It was smart. It created real strategic assets. They got official hashtags to unify the whole conversation online. The line group became their mission control. And that blog ranking site? That was a clever way to get in front of people who had never heard of her. Every single piece had a purpose. Okay, so they've got the foundation. The basic engine parts are there. Now what? The squad switched gears from just doing things to planning things. They started drafting the blueprint for the next phase. The new question was, how do we take this small engine and really scale it up?
And this, for me, is where you see how incredibly savvy they were. They didn't just come up with a wish list. They stress-tested every single idea. Okay, flyers are an idea, but do they even work anymore? Short videos are great, but how do we make them actually stand out? And ads. Ads cost money. Who's going to pay for that? This kind of realistic thinking is what separates a dream from a real plan.
And they also set real, concrete goals. No vague, let's get more fans stuff. They had a hard target for the artist's YouTube channel. They wanted to take it from 800 subscribers to 1,000 before the show. That's specific, it's measurable, and it's a number that the entire community could get behind and work towards. So you've built an engine, no matter how well designed, but it's not going anywhere without fuel, right? Well, for this promotional machine, the fuel was going to come from the most powerful source imaginable, the rest of the fan community. The support squad knew they couldn't do it alone. It was time to mobilize the crowd. And their method for getting that fuel was, frankly, brilliant, because they made it so easy for anyone to chip in. We're talking simple, free actions: a like, a repost, a follow, a subscription, clicking a little button on a ranking site. Individually, each one takes maybe 2 seconds, but when hundreds of people do it, that creates a tidal wave of momentum that the algorithms just can't ignore. But they didn't stop there. For people who wanted to do more, they created other ways to contribute. You could hit the streets with flyers. If you were creative, you could make short videos or even cool illustrations. And if you had the means, you could even provide direct financial support through tipping. It was like a ladder of engagement. There was a rung for every single person, no matter their skill or commitment level.
So what's the big picture here? What does this all add up to? This whole campaign is way more than just one cool story. It's a powerful model, a blueprint for what real community support can look like in this day and age. It proves that the strongest force out there isn't one person with a great idea, but a whole crowd of people working together. And if you want to boil their entire philosophy down, their secret sauce, it's this quote right here. Their message to the community was, help out in a way that suits you without being unreasonable and on a continual basis. See, that's not a demand. It's an invitation. It's about sustainable, pressure-free support. And that right there is how you build something that lasts without burning everyone out.
So we've seen the blueprint, the engine, and the fuel. This whole story isn't just about selling tickets to one concert. It's a testament to what's possible when a small group of people who really care decide to build something together. And it kind of leaves you with this big question, right? When a community gets mobilized like this, what can't they achieve?